Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Sex Talk with T. Graye, right here on WEMS Radio. I am your host, T. Graye, and it is Please and Thank You Tuesday. You guys, we got to make sure we have our manners right when we out here in this sex game. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. I hope you all are ready to enjoy. Grab your wine, put the kids to bed. We're going to have a good time. I have a phenomenal guest co-host in the hot seat tonight. If you all are out there and you've been all over the country, this man been all over the country too. DC Irvin is in the building. You may have seen him touring with Marlon Wayans. He's phenomenal. So we're gonna go ahead and get him in here so we can get this jump started. Come on in, DC.
Let's do it. I'm excited. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Dude, thank you so much for being on Sex Talk with T. Graye. Y'all don't even understand. This has been years in the making. Okay,
right.
Years in the making. 2 years ago, I pulled up on the road. I was like, "Yo, can you please do my show?"
And we finally made it happen. After seeing you face to face in Baltimore, I was like, "I got you, girl."
I had to put other comedians on them, y'all. Y'all know, y'all don't see in the background is T. Graye will sit your homeboy or homegirl on you in a New York minute. Okay. Wow.
I got five different texts that night from 5 different comedians like, "Hey, T. Graye up there. T. Graye trying to hook up with you." By the time you got me, I was like, "I know you, T. Graye." Let's do this.
Yo, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, you got a lot of plugs.
Indeed. So, you guys, we have a fantastic guest tonight. If you are routine followers and you've been watching me, been seeing what I'm doing, then you all will know that I went out to LA. I kicked it with Alex Thomas. I did his show. He did my show. We had a ball. And I met some super dope comedians on the Funny Don't Stop show. I got one of them in the building tonight. She's super funny. Got a new podcast coming. I fucking love this lady. Okay, I really do. Bexy Cox, come on in here.
What's up, T. Graye?
We're gonna get everybody. We're gonna have to make that a staple on the show.
We should make that a good staple on the show.
Right.
Oh, man.
Everybody the sound effects, yo. And I feel like I'm kind of horrible at making that noise, but I'm a professional. For y'all.
Now, is that an appropriate noise to make in bed? Is what I'm.
If that man puts it down properly, you don't even know. Now that you said it, I gotta try to see what happens. Puts it down properly. Soon as he finished, that's what I'm doing.
You'd have to do it right after you're done. You have to do it right after you're done.
Yeah. before he go get the warm rag. Before the rag. Gotta hit
during will be weird. Okay.
That might shut it down for the night doing that.
Right.
It might. Listen. It might just motivate him. You never know. But that's so apropos for what we're talking about tonight, you guys, because it is Please and Thank You Tuesday. So we're talking about sexual etiquette. And a lot of people sometimes take etiquette out of the bedroom or out in the process of getting to the bedroom. But I feel like that's one place that maybe we kind of really do need to have some etiquette. It needs to be a certain way we approach, don't approach, how we get it, how we don't get it. But if you could lay out some rules, Betsy, what do you think would be the top 5 rules that a dude should apply before he tries to get that ass?
Don't fart.
Amen.
Thank you.
Fair.
No burping.
No flatulence of any kind, top or bottom. I got it.
Right.
Tell us we look good and we're hot. Like, lie. Learn how to lie. If you don't think, if you're using us, just say that shit. We want to hear it.
So admire. Like if you have on lingerie, make sure we pay attention to that. Admire it.
Yes.
Exactly, because we had to spend money on that, and we make less than you. Thank you very much. Like,
Yes. Yes.
we're still trying to get our wages up. So
Right.
anything we pay for, our nails, our lingerie, our roots, and we make it less than you, and we're doing all this to look good for you. So acknowledge it. Thank you.
That's fair. That's 3. That was 3.
There you go.
Yeah. What else you get? You got 2 more?
2 more.
I got 2 more. Oh, damn. More etiquette. I gotta think.
Well, this is where Tigger. I'm gonna add a couple in there for the. Okay, before you get it, you need to figure out how I want it.
Oh, I like that.
Don't think that because I'm a woman, because I have breasts, because I have ass, because I have a vagina, that you're supposed to do whatever you did to the last woman or the last 10, however many. Don't think that your technique is going to work here. Find out how I want it, how I like it, and then maybe I might let you sniff it. But find out first.
Okay, question. How does he find out without trial and error? And
Just communication, being straight up, being forward. Okay. Really, I think if you're in a situation that you see that it's leading to sex, or you, first off, women, we know we're gonna give it to you or not. So it's more so whether or not men mess it up on the way to getting it. So if you when you're having this conversation, when you're talking and you're being open, like, hey, you know, what does it take to please you? What is it that you like in the bedroom? What is it that I can do that's going to maybe wow you or take you to another level that you haven't been to before? Oh, I got an answer for that ass. And most women will have an answer. Now, not to say that you won't come across somebody who's modest and might be like, oh, I'm not ready to talk about that. She's lying. She has an answer in her mind. It's just a matter of bringing it out. But I think that piece is big. I think that piece, the communication piece, is big. And then be honest about what you want from me. That's important.
I feel like men are very honest about what they want from you. Do you feel like sometimes they're not?
Yes. I feel like you're on some bull. I don't think a lot of men say what they really want for real. Like, I think they give very generic type answers.
Sometimes we don't know until it happens. And he was like, oh, I like that. Can you do that thing again?
Oh, okay.
Or we might be embarrassed to like something that we're not supposed to like, and then we like it. We don't want to admit that we liked it.
And see, that's one of the barriers, you guys, that I want to break down.
Right.
I want to break down that barrier of what's appropriate, not appropriate, and what we view as wrong. Just as a society, we tell people there's so many things that are wrong with sex, as opposed to telling them what's right or what you should be comfortable in. Like, if I want to lead you around on this floor on all fours with a collar around your neck, it's not wrong. That's just what I like. You know?
Me too.
You like it too, if you good. Don't judge me.
I like leaving my husband around with a collar on while I'm walking him around the streets. That's what I like.
I've never had the collar put on me, but I can see how, yeah.
You might like it.
Listen, I wouldn't put a collar on you at home because I'm lazy, okay? Here's what I like: to lay there and enjoy the show.
Right.
That's hilarious. But you know what? That brings
at the mall, you would get a collar on.
Right.
That's funny. So, in laying there and enjoying the show, do you feel like that you are looked at negatively for not putting in more work? Do you think like there's an expectation for us to put in a certain type of work in the bedroom?
You know, let's ask Mr. DC that.
I'll answer that.
Let me flip this around.
I guess it just depends on like how how much of a dead body you're actually being.
Yeah, no, I'm not a dead body. I wouldn't be. I'm from Louisiana. We came out of the womb twerking. That's a real thing. A lot of people say it, and it absolutely is 100% true. We really did. And one thing that I learned doing stand-up, I was like, everybody from Louisiana can twerk. It was invented there. Twerking was invented in Louisiana. It started there, which is insane to me. But so yeah, I'll put a little twerk on it.
Right. So let me just get this part straight real quick on this show, that there's a white woman on this show that can twerk better than me. Is that what we've come to in 2021, you guys? It's been a whole pandemic, and my non-melanated guest can twerk better than me.
Yeah.
Everyone from Louisiana can twerk and cook.
Twerk and cook, yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I'm shooting that 50%, you guys, right now. That's one thing T. Graye can't do, yo. I can't twerk to save my life. And I don't know if it's just like a rhythm. I don't know. Somebody probably need to snatch my black card, but
And you have an amazing ass. Like I know that because I saw your whole body. And it devastates me because if I could just take a quarter of that ass and add it behind me, like I would be golden.
How the Lord sent her to bless me today, you guys. Bessie just spoke a word, okay? She preaching here. Girl, I didn't even know that I had that. Thank you so much. You made my day. Those are the kind of compliments we need, fellas. Okay, let me know that ass is nice. I ain't had nobody tell me I had a nice ass in a long time. Thank you, Bess.
You do. You look good, and I got to be honest with you. I loved you on the Funny Don't Stop. I was like, this is a cool ass chick. I'm glad to be here with you.
You know what? It was so much fun. Like you guys, I'm going to take a second just to say this real quick. I have gotten so much love in doing this show that to me, sometimes I'm being honest with you, seems so unreal. Some of the experiences that I've been able to have and some of the people that I've been able to be around, and just how you all for real are just so welcoming, just bring somebody in. Like it was a phenomenal experience, you guys. I went to LA. I did the Funny Don't Stop show. I did Kevin Tate show. Now they're being taped in the same place, but it's like back to back. And then me and Alex Thomas went to the cigar bar, did my show. It was just a damn good time, y'all. And like the conversation, the dynamic that y'all had was amazing. Like
I know
that it's one, I think sometimes it's hard being the only female in the group when it's always all the guys.
Yeah, that can be intimidating, I guess. Imagine.
Yeah, like we have to hold our own, but we gotta hold it at another level. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You definitely you do that.
You know, I'm a crazy unfiltered bitch. I definitely don't shut up. Let's put it that way. But no, I love those guys. Those guys are the greatest group of guys. Love them. Hilarious. It like the amount of fun we had was just absolutely insane on that show. And I gotta be honest with you. I feel like you get so much love because you give so much love. Like back to the sex talk, I remember on the show talking to you, like I have friends that go, oh no, women can't have orgasms. And we talked about that on the show that time. And I was like, that is not true. Like that, no, that's false. I think you might need to think about dating a different type of guy. You know?
The math on it though, you guys, is that only 30% of women can have orgasms. But high five.
Is that for real?
Yeah, that's a real number. Like
only 30% of women can have orgasms or are with partners that
see, that's that gray area. That's the part we don't know. But the verbiage was it's only 30% of women that can have orgasms. So it is kind of one high five to me and Bessie because we do.
Yeah.
But it is a challenge for a lot of women to reach that. Now, that's whether it's their partner inducing it or them inducing it themselves through masturbation, whether it's oral sex, insertion, whatever the case may be, is just that number's low. So I feel bad for women who never get that experience. And then I think that sometimes women kind of give up on even trying. Sometimes on bodies. We give up sometimes on understanding our partner's bodies or understanding ourselves enough to be able to tell our partner how we need things to happen in order to reach a certain point. Then sometimes you have women who rely too much on mechanisms as opposed to a person. So then they can't come unless they're using a toy or something like that. So it's a lot that plays a factor in those things. But like one of my best friends, I don't think she's ever had an orgasm, and she's almost 40. And I'm like, bitch, do the sex be good? Like, help me help you, because she says it's good, but she clearly understands or accepts the fact that she's never had an orgasm and she probably never will.
Now the creepy thing would be for me to say, send her to me, but no.
but I was just going to ask you, are you single? Do you want to do coaching? Maybe, I think it would be an interesting thing to see a guy who's like, let me help you.
I wouldn't want that pressure. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I failed to. I just felt. You're right.
Yo, that'd be crazy though. Can you imagine the reviews? I went to DC Urban's class. Horrible.
Right. And I went there for that because he promised me that he could do that, and he didn't deliver.
Right. He's really funny, but
right.
He made me laugh, but he did not make me orgasm.
For what I came for, it didn't happen.
Right. But I really do think it's a communication problem with women because, like, I know probably in our area, you grow up and it's like the forbidden conversation, and it's like, and I just do think it's like women are uncomfortable moving their bodies or doing things that they need to do. And that is the problem. I really do believe that that's the problem.
So, you guys, we are here.
You think it's like a shame thing in a way?
Yeah, or maybe they're just not comfortable doing the things that they need to do to get themselves to open up and loosen up and feel good. Like maybe they just don't. I do feel like that. I feel like it's got to be something like that because it just doesn't make sense to me.
Why alcohol comes into play sometimes.
That's exactly. Or like smoking pot or something to like loosen you up. Right. Like even if some girls are just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable having sex if I'm not drinking or after. Like a lot of people, and I do think I like this is such a weird thing to bring up. I think a big part of it is religion.
Possibly.
You know what though? Religion can keep you from having certain sexual experiences. Like I know people who are virgins because of their religion, but they push the envelope on the.
They get very close. They get very close.
Like they'll be totally naked with you. They'll let you rub the tip on the clit. They'll take it up the ass. Like, no. Ma'am or sir. Like but they'll push the envelope just enough, you know what I mean, in the name of religion.
Their religion,
yeah. I think that's crazy.
So it's like I'm gonna take it in the ass in the name of God, so I don't disappoint you.
Amen.
Right. Amen.
But that's still inserted inside. Yeah.
That's crazy. It is crazy.
It's totally crazy. But I think it's such a shameful thing in so many, like, and the whole waiting till you're married, that's great if that worked out for you. But don't you want to test drive the car before you get off the lot? I don't know. Like I do.
Yeah, because bad sex can end a marriage.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true. So in the situation of having a bad sexual experience, what do you think, Betsy, is the proper etiquette or exit strategy for a bad sexual experience?
Me personally, I think you you keep it to yourself. If you're not gonna keep doing it with that person, you just keep it to yourself so you don't like hurt anyone's feelings. You know what I mean? You're just like, hey, all right, I'll take it. I'll be like, whatever. I just don't believe in like discouraging someone from wanting to have sex again. And that's just me. I'm nice. I'm a nice weirdo or whatever. But I couldn't tell a woman, if she was bad, if she was quote unquote bad, I could never tell her she was bad. You know, I could never just be like, unless she's like obnoxious and bragging and being like, I did this and then I could be like, well, right. But I don't have the heart to just be like, you were horrible in bed. I can never do that. Because the fact that a woman is sharing themselves with me in general is enough. I'm like, she's sharing herself.
Right.
That's enough.
Right.
I'm like you. I just say, look, I'm really busy working on my career right now. Like, always. Now anybody who sees this is gonna know.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, you're busy.
I'm like, just tell them you're busy working on your career.
Another audition, huh?
It works. It works though. Like, but I had a couple people on here talking about how guys sometimes just really don't get the hint. Like, I think sometimes as women, we try to tell you, we try to really be careful with your egos. But when there's a bad experience, like, yeah, I got to get up out of here. Got to get up out of here. And I think that sometimes the proper etiquette is just to kindly, get dressed, not fast. Not fast. Take the time to have conversation as you're getting dressed. You know what I mean? So, I got to go to the gym. Stuff coming up, but, And then as soon as you break the pane of the door,
you don't finish though? You don't finish, or you just?
Here's the thing. I will fake it just for you to finish. Like, I'll fake it.
You are a nice ass person. You are a nice girl. Holy smokes, you're marriage material, like times 50. Because I am so sorry. I'm not faking anything. I have never faked anything, and I will not. I'll just be like, I guess it wasn't there.
I faked it, and then I rushed it. And there's one person who I was intimate with, like the sex was not good routinely. And so kind of before I ended the relationship, you know how you get that one last time. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and bless this dude one more time. But for women, you know how we gripped it. We gripped it. Okay. We do our Kegels, So he's in there and and he was like, oh, you did that on purpose. I didn't, but that 5 minutes is all I had. Gotta go. Like,
that's boosting his ego. That's hurting him.
Like, let me just hurry up and make you bust, please, because I can't lay here no longer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's that called? Pity sex?
It is. And thankfully, I have been delivered from pity sex, you guys. That was years ago. I'll never have pity sex again in my life. But it's so hard when you're in those situations when you don't really know the proper etiquette to in a bad situation. Sometimes even as the situation begins, you could be really, really into a person and then realize halfway, like, this is not working. You know what I mean? So being cognizant of the person's feelings, being cognizant of their ego, trying to let people down easy and not be abrasive, harsh, mean, rude. Like, it's not easy. And some people out here just like, nah, you got to go. Some people out here like, nah, what you going to do with that? And, it's some people do have that delivery, but I feel like that's improper etiquette. And I feel like with sex, you still need to have proper etiquette. Even if it's a one night stand, you don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You should have to. So have you ever had a situation where maybe you encountered the wrong approach, or a situation where you delivered it yourself on your way to trying to get the draws. What about you, Betsy?
Oh, that's a good question. What does that mean? Have you had the wrong approach?
Have you ever come off with the wrong etiquette? Have you ever been the one in the wrong, but you were wrong because you wanted to get that dick real quick? I'm going to just call a spade a spade.
I think I'm wrong every night with my husband when I'm in the mood. I'm just like, no, just let's go. Come on, because I'm tired. And I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I should be a little bit more like, I want foreplay or whatever. But I'm just kind of like it's so embarrassing to admit I'm kind of like a guy. Like at some point, I'm just like, no, just let's go, get to the point.
Yeah.
And that's bad. I think people should probably be like, I don't know, but I'm just not that
it's
kind
not
of
bad though. I think sometimes the vision of the female for the man is always that we are supposed to be super feminine. We're not supposed to be the aggressor. But when we want it, we want it. We don't want to wait. DC, you want to hop?
It's do as I say. What is that saying? Do as I say, not as I do type of thing. We don't.
Yes, we are.
We don't want to feel how we make you guys feel sometimes. But in naturality, y'all feel that way. Like, hey, let's get this shit over with, and so you climax, I climax, and we good.
Yeah,
and it is, and there it is. So I have been accused of being too aggressive in the past, and so as I've gotten older, I'm not gonna say how old I am, but as I'm getting up there, like I'm trying to be nicer as I go and snatch these niggas' souls. I'm trying my best to be nice about it.
Yeah. That's so good.
Soul snatcher.
I'm trying my best to just not be too aggressive. And like you said, like sometimes like you're kind of like a dude, like I'm probably like that times 1,000. One of my co-hosts on my other shows always says, I'm just a guy with ovaries because of just how my thought process about sex, how I approach it. And then I'm unapologetic about it. Like, I don't think women should have to play second fiddle to their wants. I think that we should be able to express that, and we should be able to talk about it and not be looked at negatively. And if I see something that I want, that I like, I should be able to approach. I should be able to spit this fire game at that ass, and I should be walking off with the phone number. Like, that's my thought process.
I think men, and you can chime in. I do think men would really enjoy that, because it would make their job a lot easier if you walk in and say what you want and what you like. They don't have to sit around and try and figure it out for 20 or 30 minutes. Do you know what I mean? I feel like enough women don't do that, or not enough women do that. And I think more men would appreciate women doing that.
Yeah, but it's like it's like for you guys, like it has to be you.
Is
that
me that went out? I don't know. Okay, say that again, DC.
It has to be the person that you want to be aggressive on you.
Yeah,
if it's like, ooh, I was hoping she was like this. You know what I mean? And it works better.
But
so, if it's like,
how does it feel out though?
Go ahead.
How does it feel? See.
Well, because he'll embrace it.
I get what you're saying. You're saying you don't want some random girl after a comedy show straddling you behind stage and trying to rip your clothes off. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you being in the club and that annoying guy that's constantly trying to dance with you. He's not giving up. You're like, I'm just here hanging with my girls. You know what I mean? But he's on your ass trying to just make you dance with him. You're like, don't force me into this shit. But if it's someone, the guy you looking like, ooh, yeah, it's a vibe thing,
Yeah, I'm saying it when I'm thinking, when I say that, I mean when people already have that connection going and they're already in the. I think men would like women to speak more aggressively about that this or that or the other. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, I don't
talk
think
your shit.
But yeah, no, I agree with you about that 100%.
It was definitely so. My co-host, you guys got to dip out on us, and I gotta have.
This was so fun. This was so fun. I wish I could have stayed the whole show. This is so fun. Thank you for having me. You guys are dope as hell. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much.
This was fun. You're awesome.
See you, catch you. What do you have going on coming up, DC?
Nothing special. The Daddy Issues podcast, and I'm on the road. I'm always working. Just DCUrbanComedy.com. You can catch everything there. But Daddy's Issues podcast.
Yes, you guys, and if you all are not fans of, you definitely need to hop in there because the Daddy Issues podcast is absolutely hilarious.
Thank you.
I'm a Speaker fan. I'm a DC Urban fan, and they have other phenomenal guys on there as well. And it's funny. It's funny.
Thank you so much.
I definitely enjoy the show. So you all make sure that you follow that. You make sure that you follow my hot seat co-host at DC Urban Comedy. And I will bid you adieu. We're gonna have
guys. Thank you.
Shit about you while you go.
All right, guys. All right.
Ain't he?
Yeah, and you know what a sweet guy. He
is definitely genuine, definitely just a genuine nice dude. So thank you to him for coming through the show and co-hosting and just really having a good time. Now it's just the ladies, and I love it because I very rarely get me some ladies on here. So I'm excited. You guys, this is Sex Talk with T. Graye right here on WEMS Radio. I got Betsy Cox, Miss Bling and Betsy in the building. So we want to continue to have a good time. So, Betsy, you are married for how long now?
I just made 13 years of marriage.
Oh, wow. So has sex changed for you guys 13 years of marriage and prior to like that dating sex?
I honestly, part of me feels guilty about this. And it's crazy. Absolutely not. And like, it's so weird because it's like, I guess, and I don't think that it happens often, but, I married a person that I had the most insane chemistry with that I've ever experienced in my life. And I never talk about it or anything. I never bring it up this subject never comes up, but it's like, I literally did. And I always say to people, I would definitely want to marry someone with serious chemistry. And I have that, and I always have. And that is the one thing that we always have in our marriage, which is just insane. Because you can always fall in love with someone and the chemistry can be, so, and a lot of people work on it. Like I talk to a lot of friends who are always like, oh, we're working on, having sex again or our sexual chemistry. And I'm like, again.
Yeah. How many times is that? Yeah.
And it's so much. And I'm thinking like, I feel blessed that I married someone that I have chemistry with, but my husband is the yin to my yang. Like, it's like, we're just like so compatible in so many different ways, which is a blessing because I don't think it's easy to find that.
That's very true. It's not easy to find that. And so, for some of your friends who are in search of trying to rekindle or get some of that chemistry back, my website is www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. I do sex advice. Okay. Yes. You can send me your money and I will fix your sex life. I'm not doing 100% money back guarantees just yet, but I'm pretty sure that I will get you back on the horse. Yeah.
Listen, I tell people all the time, I'm no sex therapist, I'm no sex advice person, but here's the advice that I give to people. jump on top of him, because if he's not getting it from you, he's getting it from someone else. So get your ass.
Right.
And
that real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and I'm a jealous bitch. We're like, no.
So it's definitely sex changes over time. Sex changes over time for us with our age. Sex changes over time for us with relationships and having the same partner. Michael Collier was on here, you guys, just the other week, and he used the word that needs to be, I think, continuously used with sex, period: spontaneity. You cannot take the spontaneous aspect of your sex life and then just put that shit in a drawer. You can't lock it in a closet. And it seems to me that sometimes these same women who they've been married 20 years, whatever, you were total freaks, getting drunk, dancing on tables when you met that man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I wanted to ask you, because
that.
You just said that, and it's interesting to me because you said sex changes over time. But do you think sex changes over time, or do you think people change over time?
Both.
And both. Okay.
Both. And I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of people, when they hear that sex changes, they might look at it in a negative, but the reality of it is new things come out with sex and how you can perform and how you can enhance all the time. Sex evolves. It evolves, you guys. So as we change, as our bodies change, and we have these different things going on, that is one piece of the sexual act. But the other piece is whatever was out to help you reach either a heightened level of intimacy, increase the libido, new toys, whatever was out 10 years ago, that shit is obsolete now. They got some new shit now. They got all these other things that you can bring to the table to then get that excitement back. And it doesn't always have to be, major contraptions. You could start small, you guys. Just toss some dice in the air and see what lands and fucking have a good time. You know what I mean? I think people miss that piece. People don't consider the fact that sex also moves forward. And it's always, you never know what you might be into next.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's interesting because I'm not like a toy person. I never have been. But again, I love that the connection of being with my husband, like that, the feeling of him just like on me, I mean, I that is like, so like, I love that touching, type of thing. So it's really interesting, but yeah, I mean, I could see that, and for me, I think, everyone should try everything, but I do think that maybe if something dies, because there are points in your life where you have to step back and say, like when I said to you, sometimes I'll be like, okay, come on, then I'm like, I need to like grab my husband and kiss him or something, like make him feel good, like, because I want him to know that I still love him. And I think that that's important. And kissing is like really important to keep a relationship going.
Intimate. Yes, it's super intimate. It's super intimate. And so you just made a very excellent point. Men still require that same level of care and nurturing and sensuality, that same level of passion. What we expect as women and what we want done to us, how we want to feel, they want to feel that same thing. Now, granted, I'm not taking nothing away from you guys out here thumping these one night stands and knocking these numbers down. Away from that. But if you're in a committed, monogamous, whatever, serious situation, your guy still wants those sweet kisses like she's talking about. Your guy still wants that pep talk, just the same way we want to know that we're looking good today. Your guy still wants to know that he's looking good today, that he's smelling good today. You know what I mean? Those things matter. Intimacy, you guys, we always talk about this, is not just a sexual act, but it's so many other things that can then lead up to. It's how you start your day with that person. It's the things you say, it's the stuff that you do. So don't lose sight of that fact that you still need to kiss your man.
Yeah.
You rub your hand down his back pat him on the ass from time to time. Hey, babe, you're doing a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still need you, and if you weren't doing it before, damn it, it's time to start.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you know what happens is I do feel like a lot of times in relationships when you know people are working, people are trying to make money, people are trying to pay bills, people have kids. I have dogs. I don't have kids, but my dogs, I have a lot of dogs. It's a lot and it's stressful. And this one has to go to the ER. She's in heart failure. And I'm like, aggravated because I'm running around all day. And then we start to get aggravated and take those things out on, you know, our partners. And that right there, I think is what changes your sex life. Like, I think when you're aggravated because you're doing all this for the kids and your partner's like doing something else and you feel like it's not enough, do some breath work, meditate, chill out, get over it. Because when you start to get nasty towards each other, to me is what completely changes that sexual dynamic between the two. You're like, he's so aggravating, you know, and you're so holding this anger. And I feel like a lot of that does change things. I mean, I'm no sex therapist again, but I do catch myself and check myself in those situations. Like, you've got to like not be nasty or hold an anger towards someone, because that's going to change a lot of chemistry things in your, you know, relationship.
Now that's big. It's big to not only recognize it, but then be able to catch it, stop it, correct it before it becomes an issue. That's big. A lot of people can't do that just with regular shit, let alone seriously, let alone their sex lives or how they want to, you know, improve something between them and their partner. That's big, Bessie. You just, I wish I had an applause thing in the background. We got to go and add that in when I repost it. Cause,
Girl, I love you.
Gravy on that one right there. Right on the tab.
But because I love that you're like, say what you want and be bold. And I just love that thing about you, because I think it's such an important, powerful thing to teach women, because as women, we are not taught to speak our minds. And so many things, I think, not just sex, career, or like, you know, we always play second fiddle. And you said that, like, we can't keep doing that. And I think that's a big thing, especially for single girls. Like, people are like, how'd you get your husband? And I always say I trapped him. But for real, I will tell you, I started speaking up and I started saying, you know, what I don't want. Like, oh, if that's what you want, then you find someone else, because that's not what I want. I started being real AF, you know, like next level real with myself, with someone else. And I thought, like, I get if someone's like, oh, I'm having one night stands and I'm partying, I'm having fun. Good for you. That's awesome. Right. When it's time for you to settle down, I notice, like, taking your method of speaking up, I don't want a relationship where I have to act like this, because in 10 years, I'm not keeping that act up. Like, oh yeah, bitch, I'm tough. I'm like, no, here's me ready to see some crazy. Let's mix it up and throw it in the oven. Right. I'm going to cook up crazy for you all day. You're going to see this.
Hell yeah. It's super healthy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you all. I find myself saying things sometimes where a guy may have to check me and be like, yo, that was over the top masculine, or that's something that I would expect the guy to say, or they can't take what I've said because it is so raw in their face. But in those times when that happens, I just feel like this is the woman that I am. Now, might I curtail my jokes so that you're not, you know, your ego isn't brushed? Maybe, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to hold back on me. So my option is to let me give you exactly who I am. And if this is something that you like, this is something that you can handle, this is something that you can laugh at and enjoy, well, fuck it, come on, let's go. If it's too much, or if you feel like I am too much of a man, I am too abrasive, you don't like my thought process, you don't like how I approach you when it comes to things, well, then you're not the person for me. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. You know,
Okay.
a lot of men can't be, and I'm sure it's a security thing. It's like their ego can't handle the fact that you straight up are like, here's the deal. You know, like you can hold your own. I mean, we're still in those times where it's like, you know, things are changing in all ways of the world, but I do feel like, you know, it's a lot when, and I'm a very vocal girl like you. Like I mean, I'm a comic, for God's sakes. The shit I get on stage,
right.
And you just have to get a strong guy, and honestly, who is like comfortable with their career and their life situation that can handle that, because you have to be very comfortable as a man to be able to handle a woman.
Definitely. So it can, I think being in the public eye, of course, is intimidating. You know what I mean? And then being a woman who's in an industry that, you know, comedy is big, it's 98% guys.
Yeah.
You get how that can also be intimidating. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's not who you get. That's not who you get in your bed. So whoever I am when these cameras aren't on, when I'm not on the mic, that's who you're getting. Rock with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rock with her. And if my approach or my etiquette is not on point, don't rock with her. You know, it's okay. Yeah, it is okay. Like I've really gotten to a point, and I don't know if it's an age thing. I don't know if it's because of what I, you know, going through the pandemic and just my perspective on sex and things like that have changed. But I cannot curtail myself to appease a man's vision of what his expectation is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. It would be improper etiquette for me to do that to myself. So what I will do is politely exit stage left, but you know, let you know on my way out, hey, I'm a solid ass chick.
You know, it's funny because I do feel like a lot of people's perspectives have changed from the pandemic, and I can see that just in so many people. And I'm actually happy about it because I feel like people are coming down to earth and, you know, ready for something real. And, you know, the fact that you say like a lot of things have changed. Yeah. I mean, I get that. Like you realize how small the time is that we have here. And when it's taken away and sitting alone, it's like you start to look for something real. And, you know, when I met my husband, I was like, I don't want to date anyone unless it's real. I'm done. Cause I was dating all these people in Hollywood. I'm like, I'm addicted to porn. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know that on the second date. Like, this is weird. Like, I'm done with this. Like, we're definitely not having kids together. But I was just like, I don't have time anymore. And I feel like a lot of people through the pandemic have realized I don't have time for this stupid dating app, swiping left, laughing at this guy doing this or that. Like, I want something real and solid in my life, because what if we get locked down again for another year or two? You know?
Right.
It's like, who knows? And trust me, during the pandemic, I wanted to choke my own husband out half the time.
Right.
We had a great time together, but I'll tell you, I got so aggravated cooking and doing the dishes. I was like,
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't.
Sunday work? This is no. I'm a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday girl.
I'm like, this is the type of girl. I'm like, babe, doing stand up tonight. The dogs are fed. Pick up dinner on the way home. Bye.
Bye. Right.
that was my life. And then I was like, wait, what? What? Do we have to cook? What? I don't even know. I'm like going through cookbooks.
These new dishes? These new dishes? Like, oh.
Man. And I grew up cooking and doing dishes. Like that was my life as a teenager. I'm like, damn, I have to do this shit again. But you know, it's crazy because when you had a partner during the pandemic, there wasn't much to do. So you had a lot of sex. I will tell you that.
You know what? I'm gonna be quite honest. Like I did not get to experience the full benefit of how much sex I could have been having. Like I feel like I need a do-over on my pandemic. Y'all could just run COVID back.
Well, T. Graye, it may be coming back. We don't know. We could get
one more time, so maybe I can get in on all this sex I should have been having. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I know. Get your ducks in a row now. Get ready.
And start making some phone calls.
And everybody right now who's watching is ready to kill us for saying this. They're like, tell them to shut up.
Hey, I had COVID, so I feel like I'm kind of okay to say it. But if y'all could just run it back for my sex life, like don't think about yourselves, think about T. Graye. I'm gonna bring you all these shows and these laughs every week if I'm not getting none.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm gonna be an expert on if I'm not fucking? Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Help you, people. Okay, help me help you.
We need the pandemic back so she can help y'all.
6 months worth. I'll be all right with 6 months. And it ain't got to be the whole year. If I could just get 6 months of it, I'd be good.
Yeah.
I'd be good.
I don't know, T. Graye, you might have a rap career coming soon. WAP part 2.
I'll take it if it's gonna hit the charts. Look, I don't have that Megan body or anything like that, but you know, yeah, definitely.
You got a good body. You're good. Don't worry. You're good. We just got to get the twerk rehearsal going, and
that is not the bane of my existence. But I'm not gonna act like I don't wish I could. Like I just want random dollars thrown at me every once in a while, and I can't. I don't have a butt for real. Like I know you said I got a little something back there. I really don't. Like my homegirls, they be on it. Ass is jiggling and all kinds of shit. I just be like, the fuck, I'm a 2-step for y'all.
I love that. I'm always like, I'm twerking the bone because I have the smallest butt in the history of butt. What are you gonna do?
It's a lady here in the DC area who actually offers a class, and I said, maybe I'll do that one day, go take the twerk class. Maybe it'll help me.
But, I will tell you this. I see all of my friends taking the stripper class. And I'm like, so you're paying to strip when you could just be stripping and getting paid. Like at that point, I might just consider being a stripper and just taking the money versus paying the money. I don't
on YouTube. As soon as this is over, you guys, just so y'all know, I'm going on YouTube and I'm gonna get my life together. Because that's the way to do it. Really. That's the way to do it. If I want to become a master twerker, I'm gonna have to just go ahead and hit up YouTube.
I tell you what, the school of YouTube has. I bet everybody could learn how to have sex on YouTube at this point. I mean, I don't know what to say.
You would think so, but then if that were the case, I wouldn't exist. So let's not wish that on anybody. let's have them still with something to learn and something that they need to discuss. Don't put me out of business. So you have coming up a fantastic podcast also, which I'm excited about, called The Real Desperate Housewife. Let's talk about that for a second. Tell everybody about your new podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm so excited because I want you to be on it. So we got some sex questions for you. We'll get The Real Desperate Housewife is basically my new podcast coming out, all about housewife, aging in a marriage, kids in a marriage, like how to stay married, etiquette in a marriage. And it's fun because it'll be like, if you're married, you will feel at home in the space. If you're single, we're going to take your questions and answer them for you, all about like how to get a man, how to land a man. If you're a guy, come on in and enjoy the ride because you're going to love it. It's going to be good for you.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I love your energy. So I can only imagine if you take and pour all that into this new show. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I would love to come on there and be a guest. I always want to tell people some shit. Like, always.
I love your energy from the funny. I was like, damn, that girl is awesome. So I'm definitely, when I'm in your town, hitting you up. So I'm like, for sure.
Yeah, we can go out and have some fun too, because I'm not getting when your husband ain't gonna worry about me getting into no trouble. Now, if I was out there swinging this thing, I got a friend for my friend. But since I'm no longer sucking out souls and slinging cooch out, we can go have some wine.
I love that. Sucking out souls.
I feel like I'm in retirement, you guys. I feel like
sometimes it's good to retire and start a new career. You know what I'm saying? It's like that new relationship. It just might be the ticket.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. So where can everybody follow you and see what you're doing?
Everybody can follow me on @BlingandBetsy Comedy everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm on them all. A little bit too much. Lately, not as much because I've had some dog drama, but I'll be back up and running this week.
Okay, most definitely. So you all make sure that you follow Miss @BlingandBetsy, blinging with the N minus the G.
Thank you. Because that's where I'm from.
Yes. And she is super funny, you guys. She does put up some super funny videos. I can't wait to see you perform in person. Like, I try to make a point to see every guest I've ever had. So I can't wait to see that in person. I put up a little snippet and you're crack me up regularly. You crack me up.
Thank you.
All who are any friends of Bessie, because it seems like a lot of your homegirls not getting it either. If you need some help, you guys out. Hit up my website. Don't let the fact that I wasn't getting enough during the pandemic sway you from taking advice from me. I still know what I'm talking about. So hit up my website, you guys, www.sextalkwithtgray.com. You can see what I have going on. You can also put in a request for your legitimate one-on-one session with me, and you can get you some merch. Meet me at the corner of Sex and Comedy. The tees are up. Hoodies are up for the fall. I'm trying to bring some new stuff out for you guys for the summer, but definitely you can go to my website. And then you can also follow me at the Love Below _ Sex Talk with T Graye. Get caught up, you guys, on all my shows, on everything that I have going on. If you haven't been watching every week, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, because it has been phenomenal. The past few weeks we've been busting that ass. So I'm excited about next week too. I would love to tell y'all who was on. Oh, Barbara Carlisle. She's coming back. So if you guys have not seen She Ready from Tiffany Haddish, go check that out. See my girl Barbara Carlisle. She's coming back and she's bringing friends. So we're going to have a fantastic time next week. We'll be right back here, you guys. I got to breathe. We'll be live Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, WEMS Radio, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch. Make sure you get all of this face, get all of that, okay? I'm bringing it back for you guys next week. We're going to have a lot of fun. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got, Bessie.
Woo! It sounds good to me, girl.
I hope everybody gets some, okay? And be polite about it. Please and thank yous when you leave the bedroom. Yes, please and thank yous. It's really nice to get up and say, thank you for that dick. No man is going to expect it. Say thank you. But we will see you all next week, you guys. Bye bye.